as we can.
Okay. If you do in English, most of that doesn't understand.
Most of them, okay.
Hmm?
Most of them understand English.
I think so. The majority does, except the younger people understand, except the older people, that's all.
Death has taken our beloved Alexander.
Смерть забрала нашего любимого Александра.
Our friends grieve in their darkened world.
Наши друзья скорбят в этот темный день.
In their silence there is loneliness.
В их тишине это одиночество.
In their tears there is loneliness.
В их слезах это одиночество.
Lost in their sorrow,
Потеряно в своем скорблении.
may they find the presence of loving friends.
Пусть они найдут присутствие любимых друзей.
Hear them, O God,
Послушай, Господь,
be with them.
будь с ними, Господь.
For Alexander's love
Для Александра любви,
that united us in life
что объединяет нас в жизни,
and which death cannot sever.
и что смерть не может разделить.
For his companionship
От его компании, от его дружеских отношений,
that we shared along life's path.
что мы делим по нашей жизни, разделяем по нашей жизни,
And which continues
что продолжается,
through the tenderness of memory.
что продолжается через нашу память.
For the gifts of his heart
Для дара его сердца
and mind
и сознания,
that brought us joy
что приносил нам радость,
and happiness,
и приносил нам радость и удовлетворение.
and is now a precious remembrance.
А сейчас это дорогое воспоминание для нас.
For all these and more,
Для всего этого и больше
we give our thanks.
мы благодарим его.
Do you want to get that book?
Which one, the big one?
Yeah, so you can read that right from the book.
There is no, that's not it.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not it. I looked.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Господь мой пастух. Okay, go ahead.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Он меня ложит в зеленые холмы.
He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Он меня провожает сквозь воды.
He restoreth my soul.
Он восстанавливает мою душу.
He guideth me in straight paths.
Он меня сопровождает на прямую дорогу.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death,
Я иду в тени смерти.
I will fear no evil,
Я не боюсь зла. Правильно, спасибо. Okay.
for thou art with me.
Потому что Господь со мной.
Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Okay,
Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
need me? Okay.
Okay. For everything there is a season, a time for every experience under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to discard, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we will remember Alexander. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, in the opening of buds and the rebirth of spring, we will remember him. In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, in the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember Alexander. When we are weary and in need of strength, we will remember your son. When we are lost and sick at heart, we will remember your brother. When we have joys we yearn to share, we will remember Alexander. So long as we live, he too shall live, for he is now a part of us as we remember him. Can there be a lament greater than for the young life lost? In the depths of grief and despair, O God, keep us strong, that we may help the sick-stricken to regain strength. Help us to support them as they ask the inevitable question. We grieve for what might have been, for joys unrealized, for tasks undone, for hopes thwarted, for growth arrested, for love blighted, for challenges unmet. Help us to bring consolation to the bereaved. Help us to rise from the depths of sorrow, slowly, lovingly. Help us lead them from the night of desolation to the dawn of another day. Then the memory of their beloved Alexander will be able to return gently, peacefully to their hearts. May his memory live among them, allaying their grief, instructing them in the ways of living, and helping them to find the mysteries of eternal life. Is there a sorrow greater than this? Let our silence reach out to the bereaved parents and sister and cousins of Alexander. Let their tears fall on us. Let their anger break against us. Let our love and our deeds speak for us. In the presence of boundless grief, the poet said, Ez ord tefillah bishvata. There is no longer a prayer on my lips. Yes, we must pray, just as we must weep, because we can do no other. O God, be now with the stricken family of Alexander. Help them draw near to one another in their need of love and support and strength. Teach us to place our arms around them and to sorrow with them. Be with the mourners in their grief until hope breaks through a bud in the light of the earth. Allah?
I'm going to speak in English. I want my grandchildren to understand what I'm talking about. This is one, and the second, I do understand what everybody understands English pretty well. Okay? Every person, when they die, people talk about their legacy. Okay? And I was thinking about Sasha, what legacy he had. When we left Russia, he was about 15, 14 years old. He was a small child. And when he came here 10 years after, he was completely different because the country was different. He went through army. He was a different person, but his heart was exactly the same. He always had a very, very good heart. And unfortunately, it runs in the family. Not everybody can express their love with hugs, with kisses, but some people, they just give you this feeling what you know, what they love you. And I knew what we have this connection, even we didn't see each other very often or whatever. Okay, so back to his legacy. I was thinking, what person's supposed to do? To plant the tree? I don't know if he ever planted the tree. To build a house? He didn't build a house. But the person's supposed to have a son, and his legacy is his son. When I walked in the room when he was on the gurney, the first thing what I saw, a huge picture on the laptop of his son. Unfortunately, his life didn't work out the way he wanted, okay? Or it's no one to blame, it just was meant to be. But he was craving for this child, and I believe every day and every second he was trying here and there to see what's going on, how he grew up, and he was very proud of him. Benjamin look like Sasha. Benjamin is very handsome. He's in college. He's a bright student. He is very good in sport. His mom did a wonderful job. But my side of the family, they always love him. Unfortunately, the life, you never can predict which way it will go. So the legacy will live in his son. As of right now, he's young, but I bet later on he gonna think about his father. And Sasha's gonna be free to do his guardian angel, to be there for him when he's gonna graduate from college, when he's gonna get married, and even when is Benjamin gonna have grandchildren. He's free now, and this is what he was always craving, to be free. So, like I said, we all in God's hands, and it is happened. It's very sad. The only thing, what else I want to say, when I walked in and I talked to a coroner and I asked what was the cause of the death, and I was told what he had a massive heart attack. But deep inside, I thought, you know what? He died from the broken heart. And this was the main reason too, because people always have to have a will to live, and I don't think this was the case. But let him rest in peace. Today is our dad anniversary. He died on the 2nd of July. His grave and my mom's grave are gonna be next to Sasha. So he's gonna be next to these people who really truly loved him very much. Okay, he was my mom's favorite. Okay, and like I said, he's free now. Okay, this is all what I can say.
I didn't prepare my speech because I was not sure if I can do that. So, but just talking from my heart, whatever comes to my mind. I loved my brother, that's all what it is. We was very close, we was true relationship, love and hate relationship, true relationship, fights, disagreements, kisses. He was very kissable to me, right here, on my head, always. Above whatever we have, I know we love each other very, very, very much. He was a great person, actually. He had a good heart, and that's true. And you know, the happiest moment that happened about 2-3 months ago, when I came to visit my parents, we got into a conversation that we never had before. We talk about our achievements and disachievements. Just a very serious conversation. I have never talked to my brother like that. We apologized in front of each other, whatever we put through each other, being kids through the life. Misunderstanding and very deep secrets right there. We share. I got to understand where he was coming from and why he turned the way he is. This was a very honest conversation. I don't know if I could do that, but he was very honest with me. And I really love him. I don't know what else to say. It's a big loss. My heart is shredded in million pieces. Million pieces. But it's nothing I can do anymore.
Is there anyone else who would like to say anything? Mama, Papa, there's nothing I could say to you that helps heal the wounds, heals your grief. But I can tell when I met with you yesterday and today of the love you had for your son and the love your son had for you and for his sister and the words you spoke. In Judaism, there's a saying that the words from the heart are the words that bind us together, that join us through the good times and the bad times. Your cousin, your daughter, spoke of these words from the heart. They are here with you, as with everyone else, to share your grief. They may not understand your grief. Hopefully, none of them have lost a child. There's nothing what one can say when a parent loses a child. We can only be there for you, give you the hugs, give you the kisses on the forehead that your daughter spoke about. And we can only help you remember the good times and that life continues through Sasha's memory. Life goes on. He would want that just as much as he would want Benjamin's life to continue to go on and be strong. He wants the same for you because he was a caring son. The two of you, Papa, you and Sasha, worked together. You led your lives together. There was a bond, a love. And that will keep you going through all these terrible days. The memories, that will keep you. May God bless you and give you the strength. Please rise for the memorial prayer. El Malay Rachamim Shochem Bramomim Hamse Menucha Nacha Tacha Kamfe Hashkina Im Kadoshim Ubrahim Kazar Harakia Misrim Es Nishmas Alexander Flekel Shalach Le'lamo Bial Harachamim Estirehu B'Seser Kanafol Le'lamim Vayisror B'Zor Chachayim Es Nishmato Adonai hu nachalato v'yanuach b'shalom amish kavav v'damar omein. God, eternal spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Alexander Sasha, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let him find refuge in your eternal presence, and let his soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is his inheritance, and may he rest in peace, and let us all say, Amen. Early or late, all must answer the summons to return to the source of being, for we lose our hold on life when our time has come. As the life falls from the branch when the day is done, the deeds of the righteous enrich us all, as the fallen leaf enriches the soil beneath. The dust returns to the earth, the spirit lives on with God. Like the stars by day, our beloved dead are not seen by mortal eyes. They shine on forever. Theirs is eternal peace. Let us be thankful for the companionship that continues in a love stronger than death, sanctifying the name of God. We honor the memory of Alexander. Thank you. May I ask if there are any gentlemen who are going to the cemetery, if they will act as pallbearers, the honor of helping carry Alexander to his final resting place, if you would step forward.